Good morning, Illini. I'm Sammy St. Ledger.
And I'm Connor Seco. Today is Friday, April 30th, and it is a special day for us. Not only is it the last show of the school year and the semester, but it's also our last show as anchors. And the first show in over a year that we've been able to sit, in the same camera shot.
Same chair? Yeah, honestly.
Following the new CDC guidelines, we're both vaccinated, we're outside, we're really excited that we can actually interact again.
Yes, what most of you don't know is during the show, the amount of times I get yelled at to stop looking at Connor in my earpiece is astronomical. Yeah. So now I can actually look at you and interact for our final show. Perfect way to end. And yeah,
we have a fantastic show in store. It's going to be a lot of fun. Sammy, what do we have going on today?
All right, well, we're gonna take a look at how graduation is gonna look this year.
And then we'll see some of our seniors give an ode to Richmond Studios.
Plus, we will meet some new faces you'll be seeing a lot this fall. But right now, let's send it out live to Maddie Chemers and also our friends out on the quad to see how the university is adjusting back to in-person. And we're gonna talk to Amanda Brennan to hear about the future of sports on campus.
As campus returns to in-person, classes aren't the only places that you'll get to see people face-to-face. Registered student organizations, or RSOs, are also going to be in person as well. They will be following CDC guidelines, but one organization's president is really excited to reshape the way that their group meets.
Because the university is switching back to in-person classes, there are going to be a lot of changes next year, one of them being student engagement on campus. Gina Leo Lacoya, the director of student engagement at the university, said that she thinks after being cooped up in houses, apartments, and dorms this year, that next fall many students will be thrilled to get more involved.
For many of our students, there's a sense that things can, we're going to open up, we're going to be doing some more things in person, and the excitement of it. And so now I think that we're realizing, okay, this is what we had and then what we could do with that and how joyful it is going to be to come together.
Sophomore Alexis Crones is the president of BSWA, the Bachelor of Social Work Association, and she believes that being able to meet in person, especially when their club has guest speakers, will help encourage more people to show up and participate.
We'll be able to have 20 to 25 people at our events, as long as they RSVP, and usually they'll be held at the school's social work. Not exactly how it was pre-pandemic, but not everything virtual.
Crone said they were unable to do socials such as grabbing coffee because the RSO only met remotely.
Oh, I'm definitely excited to see everyone, especially like the freshmen. I haven't gotten to see really any of them in person, just online. So yeah, I'm excited to actually see faces.
After being stuck in apartments and dorms all year, students are very eager to get back out and more involved in the campus community, so we expect to see a lot more engagement next year. Amanda Brennan, my good friend, what are you involved in on campus?
Oh, Maddie, I'm involved all over campus. RSO-wise, I'm in the Society of Professional Journalists and the Odyssey, but outside of that, I'm a proud member of the Marching Illini.
So much fun, you little marching queen.
I love being in the stands in the fall with the Marching Illini. It is so much fun cheering on Fighting Illini football, but unfortunately this past fall that couldn't happen. So that is one thing that students are hopeful for next fall.
A typical fall Saturday on campus includes a lot of orange and blue, tailgates in Grange Grove, performances from the Marching Illini, and of course, Fighting Illini football. For freshman Corey Martin, football games have always been a memorable family event.
My brother and I were at a football game, and one of the assistant coaches' wives was sitting next to us, and we sat next to her for a while. And then at the end of the game, she brought us down onto the field, and we were pretty little, so we just thought that was the coolest thing ever.
She was looking forward to making more memories like this and continuing the family traditions as a student and as a member of the Marching Illini. After watching Illini athletics from home the past year, Martin and her family are eager and hopeful to enjoy football in person again in a few months. John Sullivan, the president of Illini Pride, oversees all student sections on campus and feels that athletics are a vital part of the college experience. Although the Big Ten has not made a formal announcement about stadium capacity for the fall, he hopes to tailgate in Grange Grove before kickoff and improve the student experience in the stands during the game.
I expect great things, and even win or lose, we'll still have an amazing time, and it's just like a really fun environment to be part of, especially if you enjoy watching sports.
Students, fans, and alumni are all awaiting the day that they can once again pack the stands and cheer on our orange and blue.
Fighting Illini football will return to Memorial Stadium late August. I will be there with the band. Maddie, will I see you there?
After the way the Illini played this year, I will be at every single athletic event next year, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame you. Senior year, right? We have to go to everything.
Oh yeah, we're gonna become their good luck charms.
Good luck charms, that's what I like to hear.
I'm Maddie Chemers.
And I'm Amanda Brennan. Connor, back to you in the studio.
Thanks, guys. Well, doing in-person activities over the past year has been challenging, to say the least, for obvious reasons, of course. But despite this, some places have found creative ways to get people together safely. The Good Morning Illini crew went out last week, rented out a movie theater to spend some time in person for once. Let's take a look.
Million have now been infected by coronavirus worldwide.
Now implementing strict measures to stop the spread.
Closing retail locations in the United States.
Telling all non-essential workers to stay home.
After a year of being utterly devastated by the COVID-19 pandemic, many movie theaters are easing back into business by allowing patrons to rent out full theaters for private watch parties. To experience this first-handed, the crew at Good Morning Illini decided to go rent one of these private watch theaters out to enjoy one of the best movies of all time, Spider-Man 2.
Spider-Man 2, greatest superhero movie ever made, so you gotta experience it.
That's not true.
It's the truth.
Patrons are allowed to bring whatever movie of their choosing to these private watch parties, transforming a home movie to a full-fledged IMAX experience. Moviegoers can enjoy all the perks of a movie theater, ranging from sweet snacks to buttery popcorn to brain-freezing ices. But the best part is being able to do all of this with friends and embrace the experience that we all used to love and enjoy.
If you have funny friends, it'll be fun. You can just all talk out loud, have a good time, make some ha-ha laughs, laugh at the movie. I'm done, I don't know what else to say.
So being back in a theater with such a great group of people was an incredible experience and just so much fun. Sure, some random family that we didn't know joined us halfway through, but that's just because Spider-Man 2 is the greatest movie in the world, and we have to share that with everyone. Now I'm gonna pass things back over to Jose and Angel as we keep our show moving this morning.
Thanks, Connor. As he just said, I'm Angel, and you'll be definitely seeing a lot of us on camera. We'll definitely be switching around between our anchors. And Jose, what you gotta say?
Yeah, well, it's going to be interesting to see what happens coming up. Anyway, I'm Jose Zepeda, and the class of 2021 is 2 weeks away from graduating, and we wanted to know what kind of advice they have for younger students, like what activities they should do before they graduate. So let's send it out live to the quad to Brad Zimmerman as he shows us his senior bucket list, and Scarlett O'Hara to hear more about some post-graduation plans.
Good morning, Illini. I'm Scarlett O'Hara.
And I'm Brad Zimmerman. There are a lot of activities on campus that students can do, and I could spend the entire show saying what students should do at least once before they graduate. But for the sake of time, I've narrowed my senior bucket list to 7 activities. Let's take a look.
Students will usually accomplish these first 2 bucket list activities as freshmen: attend quad day and join a student organization. And when it's not quad day, but it's still a beautiful day like it is today, come hang out on the quad like all of these people are.
Near the quad is UIUC's most iconic landmark, Alma Mater.
This next bucket list activity is pretty simple. Get a picture with Alma.
Almost every UIUC student takes a class at Lincoln Hall, where there's a bust of Abraham Lincoln. If you need some luck for an exam, just rub his nose. Students can't spend their whole college experience eating in the dining halls. Every once in a while, head over to Green Street and eat at a campus restaurant like Legends or May's Mexican Grill.
Last, but certainly not least, attend a Fighting Illini sporting event, especially football games at Memorial Stadium and basketball games at State Farm Center. And be sure to sit in the student sections, Block I and Orange Crush. You never know what's gonna happen at the games you choose to attend.
In the air, it is up, and it is good! Yes! Good! Let's go, baby!
So many fun activities and so many memories that can be made. Scarlett, what's your favorite activities to do on campus?
You know, Brad, I gotta say, some of my best memories from being on this campus happened right here on the quad. For example, today the sun is shining, the wind is billowing, and we are having the grandest old time. But to shift gears a little bit, goodbyes are difficult. So I spoke with a few seniors to get their unique perspectives on the future near and far as we quickly approach graduation.
I am sad to go. I think I'm ready to do it.
Ready? Feeling good. I'm feeling pretty positive. The one thing I know is that I want to do something that has to do with sustainability and ethical production of clothing. That's kind of the path I want to go down. Dream 5 years. I'm living in a van. I'm traveling the United States. I'm gonna miss being a walking distance away from all my best friends. I know that that's probably not gonna happen ever again.
After graduation, I am working on applications for medical school, and I'm also going to be visiting my grandma in Ukraine. Why I want to become a doctor is probably because it's a universal career. There's medicine in every country. It doesn't matter what language you speak, and I think I'm ready to start the next chapter in my life. Do I want to graduate? Absolutely not, because there's always more to learn. So I'm actually going to go on to dental school in the fall. It's very bittersweet. I feel like Champaign is kind of its own little bubble in this world, and it's a very happy place. What up, dog? Hey, how are you? I know, it's been a while. Yeah, I'm just gonna miss the community that was here.
Currently, I don't have a job lined up. It's been a struggle, thank you, COVID. But I hope that completing a thesis, like doing my own research and writing a whole paper will help me get a research position. It's been a lot of work, but it's also been like a lot of fun. Still meeting people and like doing senior things. I still feel like I haven't fully like taken in the fact that like I'm graduating, this is gonna be over soon.
Seniors, make sure you have your caps and gowns ready if you're signed up to walk the stage. Luckily, I don't have to say my goodbyes just yet. I'll be back on campus for one last semester this fall. But to all those saying their goodbyes this spring, good job, Illini, and congratulations. Brad, you're graduating. How do you feel about that? What are your plans?
Well, you know, the last 4 years have certainly flown by. My plans after graduation, I actually don't know yet. I don't have a job yet. But the one thing I know I am doing is I am going home because I have not been back to the Chicago suburbs in 15 weeks. I just want to go home and get out of Champaign.
Absolutely. Congratulations, Brad.
Thank you.
Well, good morning, Illini. I'm O'Hara.
And I'm Brad Zimmerman. Back to you in Richmond.
You know, Jose, my graduation plans, I'm actually coming back here. I don't feel like I'm ready to say goodbye to Illinois and obviously to Richmond. I'm coming back for grad school, and I'm really excited about being here for another year to see what I can do and see what's going to be happening with Good Morning Illini and everything on campus. What about you?
Yeah, so as you know, I'm going to the Quad Cities up north and just going to be working as a producer for WQAD. So if you want to see everything I do, you're going to have to move there because obviously you can't reach WQAD from here. But anyway, speaking of walking the stage, you may be wondering, what will that even look like this year? GMI's Humberto Giles Sanchez breaks it down for us.
This year's commencement ceremonies will be held both in person and online. Many graduates wonder what is going to be the main difference between both ceremonies besides walking on stage and not walking on stage. Commencement committee member Laura Wilhelm Barr says,
that graduates can sign up for and be able to cross the stage, hear their name called, pick up a diploma cover. They will also have some moments where they can take some photos. There will be professional photographers on hand, and then there will also be a celebration tent outside of Krannert where there will be some giveaways and some other moments where they can take some photos and celebrate with their family and friends.
all of that will be available for the in-person ceremonies, as well as choosing what stage the graduate would like to walk on at the Krannert Center for the Performing Arts. As for the online commencement ceremony, Laura says,
Chancellor, the deans, the provost, the president are providing remarks, and they'll be giving some inspirational comments and congratulations to graduates during that event.
The online ceremony will take place on May 15th at noon. From Urbana, it's Humberto Giles Sanchez. Good morning, Illini.
Now, even though we're going to graduate in like 2 weeks, I don't know about you, but it still hasn't hit me yet.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. I mean, like I said, I'm coming back here. Obviously, it's never going to hit me until maybe next year, whoever knows. But you know what? Before we keep on going on, I gotta say, I can't stop looking at the camera because we're so used to it, and I need to remember to look at you when we talk. So
this interaction is just brand new to us again. It basically is a brand new thing. Anyway, the pandemic has changed a lot of things, but for some, graduation traditions have been thriving. GMI's Sabrina Lee is live on the quad to share what she was up to this past week, while Perry Apostolakos gives us an inside look into staying in touch after graduation.
Good morning, Illini. I'm Sabrina Lee.
And I'm Perry Apostolakos.
As this whirlwind of a semester starts to wind down, the quad can be seen full of seniors taking their graduation photos. In fact, there are some here behind us right now. Perry, have you taken your grad photos yet?
No, I have yet to do that. I've been putting it off. I was planning on waiting until the day that I crossed the stage, but now I'm rethinking that. I think that I might want to beat the rush a little bit. What about you, Sabrina?
I have actually taken some already, and I found that my graduation cap was a little bit bland. It was a little bit boring. I wanted to spice it up a little bit. So GMI producer Acacia Hernandez and I decided to work together to cap off our senior year.
Feet, what do I want you for if I've got wings to fly?
Never tell me the odds.
As a graduating senior, I couldn't go without decorating my graduation cap, and lucky for me, Sabrina was more than willing to come along for the ride.
I'll admit, I hadn't thought about decorating my cap at all before Acacia pitched the idea to me, and now I'm so grateful she did.
After some heavy Pinteresting and deep soul-searching, we went to Hobby Lobby and brought our ideas to life.
Our ideas, while very different, both captured the spirit of what we've learned during our time here.
Frida Kahlo, a Mexican artist, has served as an inspiration to me for years. She was known for the flowers she braided into her hair and the history of Mexico she extended into her art. I wanted to do something similar. The flowers even accentuated my traditional embroidered dress. While I was at it, I wrote my favorite quote from her in Spanish. Pies para que los quiero si tengo alas para volar. A butterfly not only symbolizes change, but also the new ability to fly. So once I graduate, I'll spread my wings and do just that.
Han Solo, the infamous smuggler, scoundrel, and pilot of the gorgeous Millennium Falcon, has always been my favorite Star Wars character. In The Empire Strikes Back, he's trying to navigate an asteroid field. The odds of which he does so successfully are, according to C-3PO, very low. He responds to the droid with, "Never tell me the odds," and then succeeds spectacularly. Finding my way through college was a lot like navigating an asteroid field. My particular path was challenging, and there were plenty of people who told me the odds of my success were low. I never liked it when people told me I couldn't do something. It only made me more determined. I can safely say that this quote accurately sums up what I've learned. Never tell me the odds, because odds are, I'll defy them.
Decorating a graduation cap was a chance to experience some normalcy in the midst of all of this uncertainty. I actually have my grad cap here with me right now. And, the best part about decorating this cap was being able to spend time with a friend, seeing as we're all about to leave campus in just a few short weeks.
definitely. When people talk about college being the best 4 years of your life, they're not always talking about the classes you take. A lot of times they're talking about the bonds that you form and how deep those can be. And they can last a lifetime if you stay in touch. Nursing student Jane Johnsey cherishes the bonds that she's made here at U of I, and she doesn't plan on letting this big change get in the way of true friendship. Take a look.
From car ride karaoke sessions to making meals together, these small moments with her friends are what Jane Johnsey cherishes most.
Those people just really impacted my life, and those are the people that I live with over the next 4 years. And they're my truest and deepest best friends, and oh my gosh, I could get emotional. They are everything to me, and they impacted who I am today. And it's crazy because we have all different backgrounds. We all came from farm towns, and we came from city life and suburb life, but we all came together and worked so well together.
Her numbered days left on campus bring up a mix of emotions.
Graduating is definitely bittersweet. I'm so excited for that next step in life, and I'm so excited to become a nurse. I feel like that's all I wanted to do ever since I was a little kid. But at the same time, I know that graduating means I'm not going to be living with my best friends anymore, and to me that is so sad. But I know that we are going to keep in contact. I just have to keep telling myself that, that we are going to FaceTime every week, that we're going to go on yearly trips together. I just have to keep reminding myself that this is not the end of our friendship, and that with distance, our friendships will even grow, and we'll see each other over states and through any obstacle, really.
Jane's older sister Jessica shows her how to stay in touch with friends from college.
So what I've learned in college and through my sister that had friends, college friends, is you really need to sketch that plan into your notebook so it actually happens every week. And it's amazing because that friendship will keep going, and that friendship will keep growing even when the distance is far.
I definitely am relating to how Jane feels, Sabrina. It's such a bittersweet time that we're going through right now. How are you feeling?
Honestly, I have to say the same, Perry. I feel like I just got comfortable here on campus, and now we're leaving already.
I know, it went by in the blink of an eye, but whether you're crossing the stage or crossing borders, we can all take the time to reach out to those who have made the journey a little easier. I'd like to take a moment to thank everyone who has been a part of my U of I journey. You know who you are, and I couldn't be more grateful. For the last time, for Good Morning Illini, in Urbana, I'm Perry Apostolakos.
And I'm Sabrina Lee. Back to you in the studio.
Now, what you don't see on camera is where we shoot and edit many things you see on the show. Just on the corner of Goodwin and Main is our home called Richmond Studios.
This place was the start of a lot of our TV careers, and while some of us have gotten jobs or are coming back to Richmond, it will also hold a special place in our hearts, and this is what we call our Ode to Richmond.
Richmond means a lot of things because this is where I basically started TV. This is where I learned everything I know about TV right now, and what's led to me to being a producer this semester and hopefully doing more things when I come back for grad school in the upcoming fall. Richmond, even though it's just a building, it has given me a lot of knowledge of everything I know right now.
Honestly, some of my favorite moments were just those late night sessions at Richmond, just because it's always fun to just hang out with everyone. We're all scrambling to finish a package and just get things done, and we're all helping each other out, and that's something I really miss. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see as much of that due to COVID, but we were still able to do it, and it was really nice to see it.
I remember we had a show Friday. We were all here in the lab room Wednesday night, and we knew COVID was a thing, but we didn't know how hard it was gonna hit us. And I remember we were all just editing, and Maddie really screams, "Tom Hanks has COVID!" And I don't know. It was just one of those last moments of that year, and of just pre-COVID times, just chilling in the lab room and just enjoying our time there before Friday hit, and it was a very sad morning.
It's going to be great to visit Richmond again after all the construction's done, just because it's going to be amazing to see our little hut of a studio grow up to become a nice big media conglomerate.
This place is going to have a very special place in my heart. Like I said, this is where I started TV, this is where I started learning about everything. And I don't know what job I'm gonna get after school, whether it's in print or broadcast, we'll see. But regardless of where I end up, Richmond is always going to be a place that I call home and I can always come back to and I can look forward to what's going to be happening in this eventually new building that we're going to get.
Richmond has been my home for the past couple of years, and I'm going to be sad to be leaving it. But you know what? This is a great time to look back and reflect on all of the time and all of the moments that we've spent here. And it wouldn't be a final show if we didn't take a look at everyone and everything that goes on here. So let's go ahead and take a look at a highlight reel of some things that happened both on screen and off screen this semester.
Good morning, Illini. I'm Sammy St. Ledger.
And I'm Connor Seco.
Wait a minute. Does this remind you of a movie?
Freaky Friday? A little bit, maybe?
Nah, I mean, I was thinking Fight Club, but never mind.
It's skateboard season. I don't know about you guys, but I'm excited and I'm ready. Enjoy the rest of the broadcast. I'm out.
Iowa Sumu and Kofi Coburn have helped Illinois break their NCAA tournament drought. But just making the tournament isn't enough for the Illinois Fighting Illini. And even though fans have not been in the stands, plenty of people around campus have been able to follow Brad Underwood's program.
Now, Perry, I don't know about you, but I actually played quite a bit of Super Smash Bros. Myself back in high school.
GMI's Amanda Brennan had the perfect opportunity to spend the day with some perfect pets.
Photojournalist Illini Sakis met Nancy Panayatapoulou, who spends her time interning at Kickapoo National Park, where she manages the center and leads tours when she's not making layups.
But I'm not lying to this country when I say that the aliens deserve the Cheez-Its.
So if you are ever curious to know how to decorate...
Oh, of course I've played soccer. Actually, Jose and I used to play soccer back in our elementary days at Park District Soccer.
Some may say I play a pretty mean Star Wars theme on the trombone, maybe a little Billy Joe on the harmonica, but Billy Joel, sorry about that.
We were supposed to get some light precipitation this morning. That's why I brought my raincoat, but clearly it wasn't necessary.
That's what I'm saying. It'd be so freaking. Also, I want to show my trick.
Connor, we need to put anything.
Good morning, Illini. I'm Patrick Catazone, and I will be the last anchor left on this show after this next year, so you know what that means. We need some new anchors. Joining me are the newest anchors of the GMI crew. Let's do some introductions first. What's your name, class, and why are you excited about GMI?
Hey everyone, I'm Maria Elena Corriabales. I'm a junior, but I'm going to be a senior next semester. And I'm most excited about just being in the studio and getting to meet so many new people and report the news, of course.
Awesome.
Hi, I'm Erica Flossbecker. I'm going to be a junior next year, and I'm most excited about learning more about the broadcasting field and just giving our viewers the best and most informative show possible.
I'm Aaliyah Rumpel-Lamont, and I'll be a senior next year, and I'm just most excited about being part of the team and getting to know everybody.
And last but not least,
Hi, I'm Humberto Gila Sanchez, and I am a junior and about to be a senior next year, and I'm really excited to just, come back as a senior and anchor for the show. It'll be a fun time.
can't wait to anchor with these guys. We're going to send it back to the new and old producers to pass the torch on.
Thanks, Patrick. Thanks, Patrick. It would help if I turned the mic on. Our time as producers is coming to a close, and of course, there has to be a new set of producers to lead the show. It's been a fun time, and I certainly have learned a lot, like how to turn on microphones.
Yeah, it's been a crazy ride. So as always, we have to have new producers. Gotta love a school bus passing by. Gotta love it. So our new producers for the fall semester will be people you have definitely seen on camera, especially today. And we would like to introduce Amanda Brennan and Maddie Chemmers.
But before we go to them, I'm curious to hear, and I know we're all curious to hear, what are you guys most excited about and what vision do you have for your shows?
Oh,
Thank you guys for passing the metaphorical torch. Ouch, it's hot. But in all seriousness, there are so many things to be excited for next semester.
You know, I am really hoping that we can get some guests in the studio rather than just doing Zoom interviews this year. I think that would be a lot of fun. Get to meet some people in person rather just through a computer screen. But I also am really looking forward to working with students behind the scenes and in front of the camera.
Yeah, I'm so excited just to get this real concrete experience, you know what I mean? It's going to be so fun to be like working on the cameras, figuring out the stories, making sure we get the truth out.
Yeah, you know, working on the rundown, we want to get a variety of stories in, you know, sports, arts, classes, RSOs, everything in between. I think it's gonna be a fun show, and I hope everyone tunes in next fall.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have so much fun, Manda and Maddie, in the morning.
Oh, you don't want to miss it. Back to you guys over in Richmond.
all right. Well, it is time to address the one thing I have been putting off all show. I am the first person that had the opportunity to be a part of Good Morning Illini for 4 years, and those 4 years have come to an end. I had the opportunity to recap and reminisce on my time at Good Morning Illini that started with one microphone on Green Street. Let's take one final look. It is wild to think I have been saying Good Morning Illini for 4 years now. Looking back, I can't even comprehend that I would have become so involved in something on campus and learned an incredible amount, but also got to meet some of the most talented and dynamic individuals. The way it started is almost funny to think about now because it was second semester my freshman year and it was volunteer back then. So you would kind of just show up. It was run by a couple seniors, different ones that helped me along the way, like Zach Caparelli, James Boyd, Marissa Sulek, all really awesome, inclusive people. One day, I see this one girl come in that I never recognized. She was on her phone and it had this Hufflepuff pop socket on the back. And I was like, oh my gosh, wow, I love that pop socket. That girl's name was Maddie Rice. So me and Maddie Rice, who had never worked together before, decided to go out on Green Street and shoot a Man on the Street. That was the beginning of a very, very long journey together. It was our new thing and we were hooked. It was so good that after about a year of it, Ken decided that we weren't allowed to do it anymore. That was when the idea for Tag Along was created, where it was our own kind of specialized segment. We went swing dancing, I dropped Maddie, and then we finally realized to shoot it like a mockumentary, and from there we developed these characters. We had me being this very sassy, matter-of-fact, kind of annoyed character, at Maddie, who was this fun, upbeat, relatively confused individual. It was the end of my sophomore year at this point, and Ken asked, hey, do you want to produce Good Morning Illini? I had never thought about it at all up until that moment, but when he said it, it in my head clicked. And it's like, yeah, you'll be with Maddie Rice and Dan Girardi. We came in, and Ken was just explaining us the basics. And me, who had never even shared a sentence with Dan at that point, made eye contact with him, and we had a laugh attack so bad Dan had to leave. It's my junior year, we are all producing the show together. I can't even explain the amount of inside jokes that came out of that experience. But it would be like 30 seconds till show, we'd be like, oh, it's gonna be a great show, what could possibly go wrong? This senior year now, it has been so cool on a Friday morning to anchor with some of my other really good friends that I've made. I'm probably the first person to do Good Morning Illini all 4 years, watching it grow and change has just been really special. I don't think I would be nearly as skilled in what I do without the show, but I also don't think I would have fallen in love with my major without the show. And I think the show is the reason I honestly got put on the path that I am now going down even after college. I want to have a special thanks to everybody that was a part of it. Ken for acting like a father figure. We obviously would call Ken TV dad, but Ken is TV dad because he will call you out when you need to be called out or critique when you need something fixed, but he's also there to support you and be proud of you when you succeed, and that is such a great quality to have in a mentor. I'll miss it, but I'll always be grateful for the first time I said good morning, Illini, to the last. In Urbana, Sammy St. Ledger, good morning, Illini.
Sammy, you've obviously seen this show change a lot in your 4 years of being on it. What's your hope for the future? Where do you want to see the show end up?
That's a great question. I mean, I know people always remember when I walk in the studio, a lot of days I'll be like, you guys could not believe how far we've gotten to come and how much we've grown as a studio. We've gotten so seamless with some production things. We've gotten better and better and better. So I guess really the only way is up. I would love for the show to just keep improving, us to get to work with new equipment, meet new people, and honestly, yeah, just keep improving. But it's been great, that's for sure. And I will miss it. Me and Connor said we're not allowed to cry until we leave. So
I'm not crying, you're crying.
I'm not crying. It's raining, obviously.
Yeah.
It's definitely rain.
But hey, this semester is full of goodbyes. Not only us, but a lot of our anchors. But sadly, our anchor Taylor Howard couldn't join us today, but she sends us her goodbyes via video.
So I'm really sad that I couldn't be on the last show, but there's just so much I could say about GMI. I've learned a lot, I've laughed a lot, I've experienced a lot, but what I could take away from GMI the most is I just learned how to be myself through my profession. I used to have a hard time with expressing myself, but also remaining professional. And I think that Ken and the rest of the GMI family did challenge me to be my quirky self. I remember, like maybe 2 years ago where I did a rap with Liam and Maddie, and that was just a breaking point for me because I learned that, wow, I really love journalism, but I also love being myself, and it really taught me just to be my authentic self. So I'm so sad to be moving on. I've been doing this since my sophomore year. I'm in grad school now, so that's a really long time, but I will take what I've learned with me in my profession, and I'm so excited for the future of GMI.
I want to hug people.
It has been an absolutely wild semester and a wild year full of ups and downs and new experience for all of us. I am so thankful that I've had the opportunity to be a part of this show. I'm looking forward to what the future brings. I've learned a lot. I know you guys have all learned a lot. I still don't know what to do with my hands though.
Every time.
Yeah, but before we finish up the show for today, for this semester, for this year, let's take a second to appreciate everyone who's been a part of this show this semester. Let's go ahead and roll those credits. from all of us here at Good Morning Illini, we want to thank you so much for being a part of this show, this wild ride, and for joining us here every Friday. I'm Connor Seco. Have a good morning,
Illini! Nobody cry. Can we Christian side hug?
You did it!
I. I think that deserves good. 2 high five.
High five. Let's go.
Everybody, we did good. We did good. We somehow did not.